February the 3rd. My baby sister was 4. My 2 older sisters were 19 and 21, I guess. Ann was the oldest one. She was living in Seattle, and she had just had Daddy's first grandbaby. And he said, well, my daddy never lived to be a granddaddy, but I've lived to be one. I might not never see it. And he did. Betty was living in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. But anyway, after that day, we needed the car, the only car that we had that Daddy was in. And it was at Hill House Records, so me and Betty go to the Hill House Records and retrieve the car. The dry shafts is out of it, and transmission fluid is drained, and whatever. But we get the car and put the fluids and all back in it and make it drivable again. And get it home, and then we take Mother to the funeral home to make arrangements. That's when they gave us all of Daddy's stuff that he had on him. And she picked out the, I can't remember the name of that funeral home. It was up here by the theater. But, so she goes through and picks out the casket, and I'd never been through all that, and they showing you how that inner springs in the mattress and all that, and I thought, but anyway, I didn't even know they made such a thing, but she bought a vault to put the casket in. And she says, the reason I'm buying this vault is, she's just 50 years old. She says, I don't want to see the grave cave in while I'm alive. And it didn't, with the vault. But since then, everybody's using a vault, I've noticed. But anyway, we go through all that and have the funeral there at the funeral home. And it was just a messy day. On the day of the funeral, it was 2 or 3 days after he passed. And we're transporting from the funeral home to the cemetery there in West Point. And it's just raining, whatever, and about halfway to West Point, the clouds just part and the sun comes out. And Mother just took out a great sign. So it eased her.
Same thing happened when we were going with your mom to West Point to bury her.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Went up on the same day, I guess. But anyway, after that, go through the burial, and Mother buried Daddy on the other side of the road from anybody else that had been buried there in the cemetery. And she bought a headstone, it was just flat. And the reason she did that in the cemetery where his parents are buried in Axtell, Nebraska, all the tombstones heads are just flat, so they can mow them. She thought, well, if everybody over here does that, then they'd mow it and not do all this other work. We used to meet once a year at the cemetery. Everybody bring a hoe and just take a hoe and just scratch off all the grass. Hard work. But anyway, she did that for that reason, and then everybody else came in there and put up big headstones. So she wound up buying Daddy a headstone later. It was not good times then, but Mother had Daddy had bought all the groceries as he's coming home from work. He paid all the bills. He drove. She didn't drive, so she was just didn't know. She was beside herself. but, she did what she could, I think. And we did what we could to help her. And that's all I wanna say right there.